Mike Amos. We're calling and talking to you from our studios on South Brundage Street in Troy, Alabama, and on Facebook and across the nation, across the world this morning on a Thursday in Troy, Alabama. Overcast skies this morning, of course, as the sun starts to try to peek through this morning. And, of course, we've got a big weekend of high school and college football. Of course, in the high school ranks, the Pike Liberal Arts Patriots of Troy travels to Montgomery, to Crampton Bowl in Montgomery, to play Tuscaloosa Academy for the state championship in Alabama Independent Schools football. So it's going to be a big night in Montgomery, 7 o'clock kickoff. Plenty of time to get up there and support these Patriots. They beat Tuscaloosa early in the year, but Tuscaloosa's gotten real good since then. So it's going to be quite a football game tonight at Crampton Bowl, historic Crampton Bowl in Montgomery. So look forward to that. Of course, the Trojans of Troy University go head-to-head with one of the leading teams in the Sun Belt, Appalachian State, led by a young man named Chase Bryce. Chase Bryce, and if you wake Dickie, some of these folks up this morning, especially my good friend Denny Sanford, Chase Bryce is the starting quarterback for Appalachian State, and his dad, Billy Bryce, was a star baseball player for Troy State University, or then Troy State, Troy State then University. He played for Chase Riddle, and he admired Chase Riddle so much that when his first child was born, he named him Chase. And Chase Bryce is out there playing football for the Appalachian State football team, and it's I believe that's in the Mountaineers and of course a very good program. But I just wanted to throw a little color in there that the 6'4", 235-pound quarterback that you'll see Saturday in the football game, his dad remembers his great coach Chase Riddle and named his son after him. And I thought that was real good. And I talked to to some of the people that will be coming in here from Appalachian State, and of course one of the families coming in is staying at some apartments on east. I reckon it would be east.
People from Appalachian State are staying in.
Oh yeah, they're staying in town, but these folks are staying on.
They're coming to see the quarterback.
Yeah, you've got Montgomery Street, and I call it Montgomery Street,
which becomes Madison Street.
Then Madison Street. All right, at the end of Madison Street, there's some apartments.
Yep. By the lagoon.
By the lagoon, and some of these people from
Upstate are staying
there.
I mean, do that people rent them out to them? Or?
Evidently they do. Evidently it's run the property, and again, quite a story behind him. And of course, he transferred in there to Appalachian State after playing behind the Heisman Trophy winner,
the great Lawrence.
That's right. He played behind Trevor Lawrence.
We both struggle with names, but I can remember. I remember Trevor Lawrence. They come Trevor Lawrence. But yeah, I remember he came in. Trevor Lawrence got hurt, and I think their backup got hurt. And Clemson was losing the game when they won that national championship season.
Yeah, that's right.
And Bryce came in.
Yeah.
Won the game for him. Completed a big pass. I remember it. Can't remember who they were playing, but they were getting ready to get upset. And that saved the national championship. Matter of fact, if he had not done that, Clemson probably wouldn't have made the playoffs, and I think Clemson ended up beating Alabama that year.
I think so too.
So they would have not beat Alabama.
Yeah.
That dang kid probably cost Alabama a national championship.
Yes, exactly. But whatever you do, have your worst day passing, if you will, Mr. Bryce, because we need all the help we can get against Appalachian State. Of course, Pike, we've already mentioned that Pike Liberal Arts playing for a state championship tomorrow night at Crampton Bowl. And then my good friend over the head football coach at Highland Home, out of all those helmets we had up here, at Highland Home and
right, you would have never thought it.
And Pike.
Arrington's gone. I would have thought Arrington would be in the state championship game for sure. But I mean, they lost a close one.
In there. Yeah, you're right.
Crenshaw Christian's gone. Laverne's gone. Charles Simpson never made it.
Hopefully
Pike County and Goshen had the seasons they want to forget and move on to next year. So it's Highland Home and Pike Liberal Arts.
I bet there's very few seasons anywhere where Pike County and Goshen did not win a game. I think I'm right by that.
No, I think Goshen won a game.
They did.
Goshen they beat Pike County.
Oh, well, that's right. Okay. Goshen beat Pike County. That's right. And I'm glad you corrected me on that. But
that was a battle of the winless.
Of course, we want to mention
somebody had to win that game.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I made that gesture that Jerry Clower made when he talked about the old boy that went up the tree after the coon. What was his name? Marcel.
I think so.
Jerry Clower said, "Well, Marcel went up the tree after the coon." I mean, after the he was possum hunting, after the possum, and when he got up there, he ran into more than he wished for. He ran into a hornet, not a hornet's nest, but a fiery coon, and that coon was not going to give in the ground. And it turned out that it wasn't a coon; it was a wildcat, and the wildcat was eating his lunch, just tearing into him, and what's his name?
Marcel or Jerry Clower?
Marcel. And Marcel said, "You guys down there, y'all just shoot up in here because one of us has got to have some relief."
That's right.
And sure enough, he ran into a bobcat when he got up there. And
I want to segue from your story into a story about Jerry Clower.
Yeah.
I've got a friend on Facebook that posts all these little fascinating historical tidbits about people and dates. And he did one about Jerry Clower. You know, he was, for many years, he worked in business. I think he was a salesman or marketing guy, and he was just known for telling funny stories at get-togethers. And you know, he would use his humor in his presentations. And eventually, somebody from a real recording studio saw him or heard about him, and signed him to a contract. And so it was kind of later in life, and by accident almost, that he became a well-known humorist.
He played football for I reckon it was Southern Mississippi he played for, and he told a lot of stories about them. He talked about a guy over at Auburn named Travis Tidwell, and he said Travis ran up, over, and around us all night long. But it was some real good stories. And I've got a tape with Coach Bryant and Jerry Clower at the Domino Championships in Andalusia.
Get out of town.
And they played each other in Domino. Go ahead.
Guten Morgen.
You're on German radio, Mike, this morning.
We're talking about Jerry Clower.
I went to ESPN Plus and I watched the end of the Troy Jack State game in the 3 overtimes. And man, that Darian Adams kid, I mean, I'm sure it's hard for him to sleep because Jack State's up by 2 in one of the overtimes. I can't remember if it was the first or the second. And all he's got to do is make 1 from the line to go up by 3. he makes 2, they go up by 4 with 20 seconds left. He misses both shots.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's the only bad thing he did. He did because he was leading them back to victory.
I know, but man, you come on, you could have iced the game and won the game.
Oh yeah.
Troy got very lucky.
Yeah, Troy could have. I thought for sure that Troy had so many opportunities, and I thought that they're destined to lose this game in a heartbreaker.
Oh yeah.
And they did. And then the other thing, Troy. A lot of times, Troy had the ball after key stops, and could, the game was always close. And then Troy would throw the ball away on the inbounds play.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they'd throw it to somebody that bobbled it and couldn't handle it, and then they'd promptly turn it right back to the other team.
But there was,
Mike, I think there were a couple of times where I used foul language when that happened.
well, I'll tell you.
That was one of the floppiest games I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, that was turnover after turnover.
You were telling me that one of these players came from Nigeria. Is that right?
And they're all over the globe.
Yeah,
for both teams.
I saw him at the gas station yesterday, and he was driving a Mercedes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's driving a Mercedes. And
I think he's from. He transferred in from UTEP.
Yeah, I got you.
University of Texas El Paso. Butler played last night at Hinkle Fieldhouse against Michigan State and got beat by 21.
Oh boy, but Michigan State's always one of the best teams in the country. Their coach
came out yesterday that Michigan State is about to give a contract extension to Mel Tucker to keep him at Michigan State. It was going to be 10 years, I think, like almost $100 million.
Oh,
like that.
Gosh.
Almost making him like the highest paid coach in the country.
Oh, gosh.
Right below Nick Saban.
Oh, me.
I heard that. I heard it was 95, 10 years, $95 million.
That's unreal.
The average is out to $9.5 million a year, if you can believe it.
There's no coach in America worth that kind of money.
So what's happening is LSU.
Hey, Nick Saban's worth $15 million a year.
Yeah, he might be worth $20 million.
Hey, you're right. Boy, I tell you, it's amazing.
But LSU is making a lot of coaches even more richer, because people are having to pony up to keep their coaches, and Mel Tucker says thank you very much, LSU.
Yeah, the agents get involved and put their name out there, and all that does is help usually get contract extensions.
Yeah, they're doing that, and there's usually, and they say there's one agent that represents about half of these coaches. That's Saban's agent from Memphis.
Yeah.
Sexton.
Jimmy Sexton. Yeah.
Well, Jimmy Sexton's probably making all the money, isn't he?
Yeah, he makes what, 10% on all these deals?
Mike and I met Jimmy Sexton's parents one day outside of an Alabama Alabama Tennessee game, and we had a long visit with him. Isn't that right, Joel? I mean, Mike.
Well, Joel was with us.
That's right, sure was.
We were hanging out with a lot of those pilot gas station folks.
That's right, and real nice people.
Well, I don't know what he might make I don't know what agents make. Maybe 3%.
Yeah.
But say a $95 million gig contract, and you get 3% of that.
Pretty good for a little
10% would be $9.5 million. 5% would be 4.5. He made about. The agent on that deal just made about $3 million.
Mike, let me share something with you this morning. Troy's snapper, deep snapper, and snapper and holders for the snappers for all the extra points. Troy's senior long snapper, Cameron Kay, is one of 10 semifinalists for the Patrick Manley Award, which is presented annually to the nation's top long snapper. Kay, now here it is, Kay, a 5-year starter for Troy, has amassed more than 500 snaps in his Troy career and has a 99.8% success rate on his snaps on field goals, extra points, and punts. Can you believe that?
That's awesome.
That is awesome. And,
he might be able to snap in the pros.
Yep.
That's right. He might. Kay was selected to the NELPA Collegiate Bowl Big Board Award group, and is expected to play in several post-games All-Stars games this year. 3 finalists will be announced on November 29th, and the award will be presented at special ceremonies on Saturday, December the 11th in Chicago. Kay graduated from Troy. You and Rice didn't have this kind of grade, but Kay graduated from Troy cum laude with a degree in exercise science in 2020, and is presently pursuing a master's degree in exercise science. If they could keep him over here, he'd have his doctorate degree.
Mm-hmm.
But quite an honor for Troy's deep snapper.
Yes.
That is phenomenal. 99.8% success. So he's only had maybe one bad snap in his career.
Yeah, I would say that's one bad snap out of 500.
Yeah, I wonder if he's been there 6 years or if he's just a 5th year senior. I don't know. You know, some of these guys are on their 6th year at Troy. You know, some of these guys like Bradshaw and DJ Smith. I mean, they've had 2 straight losing seasons. Hope we'll have a winning season this year, but they were also on a 10-win team,
yeah,
a 11-win team, and another 10-win team. So this senior class has kind of seen it all at Troy.
Yeah, you're right. Of course, this show is brought to you by Piggly Wiggly, and they'll still cut you a delicious steak. I had some T-bones cut the other night, and I said, now I want you've got one side of a T-bone is the strip, and the other side is the fillet. I said, I want big fillets on both sides. He said, well, I'll try, but it's not always like that. But I had a couple of real good steaks cut recently from Piggly Wiggly that I enjoyed so much.
They got nice people they'll take care of you at Piggly Wiggly.
And of course, Sarah, I tell you what, Southeast Alabama
Gas district?
Yeah, no, not gas, but Sarah is
South Alabama Rural Health Association.
Rural Health Organization, and buddy, you talk about a group that does a great job. They really do.
Yeah, we still miss old John Little.
You're right. And I saw John's wife the other day, and I said every time I see old John, and he's with us everywhere. And she said he sure is. And but we really had a good talk, and beautiful lady and good people.
Their daughter Brittany is married to Michael's friend Richard Calhoun.
That's right.
They live in Montgomery.
Sure is, Mike.
Real prominent folks in Montgomery now.
Mike, you know something she said about Richard that I could not believe? That Richard is a big-time cook.
How about that?
Yeah, I knew he liked to cook. He was always a great grill master. Richard and I lived together for a couple of years up in Birmingham after college.
Yeah, she said he's a gourmet type cook. And I didn't know that about old Richard.
Good morning. You're on Today in L.A.
Hey, Bill, it's Will Matthews. How y'all doing?
Good morning.
Bill.
Oh, my God. The Will Matthews picks. Everybody get their pen and paper.
That's right. I got our picket show today, brought to you by Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram trucks on the bypass in Troy right now, where I was talking to my good friends down there the other day, and they've got the Black Friday Day sales, and boy, it's going to be a tremendous sale at Premier Dodge Chrysler.
Yeah, it sounds like one of their better sales.
So we're doing the picks today, not tomorrow?
Yeah, that's right. We're going to do it today. Jason.
Thursday is pick day. Thursday's always pick day.
Well, it is for you, and it's usually on Friday with us. And of course, Will Matthews has joined us, and Will, how's everything going?
I've got some good ones for this weekend.
Well, we're looking forward to it. And there are people everywhere scrambling and everywhere.
Well, let's recap it. 2 weeks ago, Will's picks that you hear right here on our show, we went 11-2, or 9-2. Got 9 out of 11 last week. What were you, Will?
8-3.
8-3.
Golly, that is really good. And
So that's 17-5 Out of 22 picks he's given us the last 2 weeks, he's hit 17, which is probably about 80 or 90%.
That's right. And the big story is he did it against the Las Vegas line. Now
yeah, these aren't picking the winner. These are picking against the spread.
That's right.
In other words, you can.
Anybody can pick, just picking teams.
Yeah, that's right. Well, a lot of people have acknowledged me about it, that they wanted to hear it every week, and you were 9-2, and now last week you were 8-3. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. What does it look like this week?
I've got some good ones.
All right, here we go.
Do the SEC games.
All right, here we go.
All right, I think this one's probably the best one I've seen. Kentucky minus 36 against New Mexico State. New Mexico State has got to be the worst college football team in the country.
Well, they kicked the field goal against Alabama. hey, they kicked the field goal.
And you know they never got
only reason they kicked the field goal because it was a horrible face mask call that wasn't a face mask.
Yeah, that was one of the worst ever. You're right, Michael.
All right, here we go.
The next one I like Arkansas and 20.5 to Alabama.
Arkansas and 20.5.
Yeah, that's way too many points.
Well, I don't know. You just don't know. All right, here we go.
I like Missouri plus 8.5 against Florida.
Missouri plus 8.5. Plus 8.5.
I think Florida has imploded.
I do too. I like so far.
Well,
I like your picks.
they must have some spark left. They've scored 70 points last week, but they gave up 50.
Against the high school team, yeah.
Well, now that Sanford's not that bad.
They're bad.
Stanford had only won 3 games. They were pretty bad.
Yeah.
They're bad. Stanford's bad. But they got, how much money did they get, Michael? $1.5 million or something to go down there?
They good money, you're right.
I bet they give these 1AA teams, don't give them as much as they get.
No, I think they get a bunch.
They do?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's a nice.
They get paid.
Yeah. I guarantee you got over $1 million, I'm sure.
All right.
Go
Mike's
ahead.
going to love this one. Auburn minus 7 against South Carolina.
Auburn minus
Everybody
7.
thinks South Carolina's going to beat Auburn because Nix is gone and the kicker's gone. Oh, South Carolina is on the par with Vanderbilt. They are terrible.
I agree with you.
Terrible. The next one, it pains me to do this, but I'm taking Ole Miss minus 36 against Vandy.
Ole Miss minus 36.
They're gonna lay a 50 spot on them. They might have 40 at the half.
Is that line 36?
36, yeah.
I'll tell you right now to take Vanderbilt. You like Ole Miss. You watch.
Ole Miss will beat them. We won't even be close.
All
I
right,
think
okay.
Vanderbilt. I don't think Vanderbilt's quit. I think they're playing hard.
And and they've got some players.
Yeah, they got some players. I'm like I got to say with I think
That's
I would
just
take
too
the
many,
36 points.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
going Ole Miss. All right. South Alabama is getting 28 to Tennessee. I'm going with South Alabama.
Against
I like it.
28 they get 28 against Tennessee.
Tennessee will probably have a letdown. There was a lot of build-up going into the Georgia
they're
game.
not, and you're right. They're shaky. You know.
All right. Now, LSU is playing ULM. ULM beat Troy.
Can y'all believe this? That Monroe that they'll play in-state teams. Their legislature told them to play in-state teams, and
They have to do it. Yeah, the law
right.
says they have to play them.
That's right, and they make that money, leave that money in Louisiana. You know.
Yes.
You think Law Monroe will cover?
No, LSU will beat them 40 or 50 points. So go with LSU minus 29.
Minus 29.
Actually, it's minus 28.5.
All right, that's even better. I'm going to write that down.
LSU minus 28.5.
All right. You know, Ohio State's playing Michigan State.
Yeah.
Michigan State ranked, number 6 or 7 in the country.
Yep, that's right.
And Ohio State's favored by 20 points.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Yep.
But I really don't like the 20 points. I think Ohio State's going to beat them. But I like the over 66 points. I think Ohio State, Michigan State's got the worst pass defense in the country, and Ohio State will shred them.
Over 66.
And Mel Tucker used to be a defensive back coach.
He's fixing to be Bill, the second highest paid coach in the United States.
Yeah, we talked about that right before we got on the air.
Oh, boy.
Hard to believe.
I know it.
Well, you know what's coming next. Dabo's going to raise. You know, anybody else below him will get a raise.
Yeah, we
Dan Mullen won't get a raise.
You're not going to jump on App State?
You know, that line just, how can App State be favored more than Louisiana against Troy? I guess they're at home, aren't they?
They play in Troy.
Troy. It's in Troy.
Well, then, I don't understand. It's been 14 points versus 7 last week.
That does surprise me.
App State, Troy was at 9.5. It ain't gone up that high, has it?
I saw 14.
Oh,
I
man.
can tell you.
I don't think that's right.
Let's see. App State is, no, it's 10. You're right.
9.5. You're right, 9.5.
Right now it's 10.
Okay.
Over under 52.
I got scores and odds 9.5 is what I go off of.
Okay.
Yeah. The next one, all right, the next one I've got is Utah -3 against Oregon. I
Utah
like Utah in that one.
minus, they're minus the 3.
They're -3. And then you got Notre Dame -17 against Georgia Tech.
All right, now who is Utah playing? I should know that.
Oregon.
Okay,
Oregon's
yeah,
in the
yes,
top
Oregon.
in the top 4, so this would knock them
They're
out.
fixing to get out of the top 4.
There's a lot of people rooting against Oregon.
I'm rooting.
Utah beat them.
I'm
All right,
rooting for
Notre Dame.
major chaos. Here's the scenario I'm pulling for: Alabama somehow gets by Arkansas and Auburn, and then they get to Georgia. I want Alabama to win, but let's say Alabama loses in a great, super exciting, close game where you say Alabama and Georgia are the same. Alabama's got 2 losses. Is there any way in the world Alabama could still get in the playoffs? Well, maybe if all these teams keep losing in front of them.
yeah.
You can't, so you need Oregon to lose.
No question. All right, your next one, that's Oregon.
All right. Iowa State is getting 4 points from Oklahoma. I like Iowa State. I think Iowa State will actually win the game
Iowa State is getting 4 points.
from Oklahoma.
I tell you what.
But before then, you like what? Notre Dame?
Notre Dame -17, Georgia Tech.
You know,
See, I would like Iowa State to go ahead and beat Oklahoma to give them 2 losses too.
I think that's a good one there. With
Iowa
Notre
State,
Dame.
though, man, they've lost 5 games this year.
I know they've been a disappointment.
Iowa State plays who?
Oklahoma.
Okay.
And their coach was the hot coach coming into this year. One of them, you think he would still come up for a lot of these jobs?
Matt Campbell?
Whoever.
Absolutely.
That's right, yeah. But I'll tell you this, I don't see it. I see Oklahoma. I take Oklahoma, and that's very few points they're having to give. It's 4.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, all right, is that
All right,
it?
my last game, and this is my best pick of the week, and you're not going to like it. You're not going to like it. Texas is getting 3 points from West Virginia. I like Texas not only to cover, but to win the game. They're not going to lose 6 straight games.
They might be imploding too, though.
And Texas is getting points or
They're
not?
getting points from West Virginia. And I think
Yeah,
they'll win the
this is
game.
the only way Texas can get to the bowl is to win their last 2. The only way Neil Brown and West Virginia can get to the bowl is to win their last 2.
Oh, it's going to be a desperate game.
So you're Texas and you're getting how many points?
3 points.
It must
I'm
be.
going with Texas.
All right, if everybody wants Will Matthews Law Firm's picks, he's got Kentucky -36.5, Arkansas +20.5, Missouri +8.5. He's got Auburn -7, Ole Miss -36, South Alabama +28, LSU -28.5. Over in the Ohio State Michigan State game at 66, Utah -3. Notre Dame -17, Iowa State +4, and his pick or lock of the day will be Texas +3 against West Virginia.
I really like that one.
Boy, I tell you what, and you have sure proven yourself the last 2 weeks, going 9-2 and then 8-3.
I went against West Virginia last week, and
You were, and that was an easy one for you too, wasn't it?
yeah.
Of course,
That's a good feeling when you got a bet, and then you can tell in the second quarter that your team is going to run away with the bet.
Yeah. But
unless you go with Auburn against Mississippi.
yeah, exactly.
And I think I can't remember who I went with last week. I think I went with Auburn, but I'm not sure.
I did with my little $10 bet.
You picked
I
State.
think Mississippi State. Yeah. I had Mississippi State, and it was a loser.
But I think your best bet on the board, and it really is. And I can see people running to their phones and get this game in. Is Auburn -7. I agree with you. They'll win by 2 or 3 touchdowns.
I think their second string can beat South Carolina.
And this guy's not normally really a second string guy. He's a proven quarterback, and I think he's going to
Proven quarterback with a losing record.
Well, he was at LSU.
He only played Auburn last year and got beat 49-3.
Oh, did he?
He started against Alabama and got beat 55-16.
Well, let's say this: take Auburn and give them points.
TJ Finley. People need to realize TJ Finley was the starting quarterback at LSU last year, and LSU was not good when he was the starter.
Well, he was a pure freshman. He's a little older and more mature.
Is he a pure freshman, Mike?
Now he's a sophomore.
Okay.
Well, he's technically a freshman because everybody got the year.
Yeah, that's right. But Will, I tell you, it's amazing. These picks, and I think.
Ride a hot hand. I remember last year, 2 guys on ESPN, the former Florida quarterback and the former Ohio State receiver, have a late night show. Man, they were picking games, about 3 every week.
Galloway was one of them.
Galloway and his partner that was on The Bachelor.
Did they do well?
Justin, thank you for the names. Palmer and what's his name? Man, they were on the roll, and it was must watch, and they kept it up for many weeks. So Will is the same way. Once you get on that roll, you listen to him.
I'll tell you who's not on the roll. The guy that does the Blazing 5 NFL games every week.
Yeah, I know.
He has been horrible.
They call him the Bear or what?
No, that's not
Colin
it.
Cowherd.
Oh, Cowherd. He usually is pretty good.
He's been terrible.
Well, looking at
He
it,
probably bets too many NFL. I wouldn't even touch it. Do you even touch the NFL games, Will?
I do every game, every Sunday.
yeah. Of course, the Arkansas-Alabama game is going to be a tough one. You just don't know. The odds say Alabama will win the line. They'll win by more.
Well, they
than
blew them out
49.
last year, but Arkansas is a different team. I think they are playing with confidence.
And they got
They're
a
tough.
big quarterback.
They got a quarterback that's like a Houdini. It's hard to get him down.
I tell you, it's amazing how people now are not giving Alabama much credit. And
Saban came out yesterday though and said they had a real bad practice on Wednesday. You know that? They usually carries on to the game.
Okay.
One thing, Alabama only is down to 2 running backs and one of them's hurt. So, I mean, they're not in great shape.
I wonder what they'll do, Mike. Have you read up on that at all?
Yeah, they moved the linebacker to running back, and they moved the receiver to running back. So that's their emergency running back.
Did they really? I was wondering what happened. Oh, but now they have 2.
I'll tell you who their running back's going to be when they play Georgia. He's a third-string quarterback out of Texas. His name's Milroy.
Yeah, they could move him.
I guarantee you're going to see some kind of package for him before the season's over.
Yeah, but he'll lose eligibility, won't he?
Well, I mean...
No, I think they have a rule where if you play... Isn't that rule...
Play 3 games games.
3 or 4. I think he played 4.
He played 4 games.
And Milroe hadn't played but 2 or 3.
Have you seen him? I mean, he looks like a running back at quarterback.
He looks like an athlete, buddy.
Is he a quarterback, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He came in and mop-up duty the other day.
Well, I'll say this. Anytime
they brought in Jay Barker soon after that.
Thank goodness. Hey, Saban, I want to give Saban some love for finally letting that kid play. As a former backup quarterback, we appreciate those little scrub minutes that we get.
I will say this.
You know what? He brought the kid from Dothan in, the transfer from Troy that was averaged 44 yards a punt. Jack Martin came in, and he's their backup field goal kicker, and he made a 29-yard field goal.
That's good. Well, that's great. Yeah. I'll say this. Anytime you doubt Alabama, that's when they go in and just beat somebody really bad. And I can't doubt Alabama at all. I'll go with them and give the points.
All right.
But now
Alabama is the most bet team in the United States.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Of course, Will Matthews is an attorney at law, and of course does a pretty good job of picking games each week. And right now he's on a roll. So get you need to find out who his picks were.
Well, if you missed them, the show is replayed at 1:30, and you can.
Right.
And you know, hey, Mike, I bet against both of my alma maters, Vanderbilt and Alabama. I bet against them.
That's good.
Yeah, I bet against Alabama all the time, and people don't get it. And I say, man, it's actually an insurance policy because Alabama's favored by so many points. A lot of times, you take the other team in the points, and Alabama still wins, and you win the money too. And if you play a big game that's super important to you, like the Iron Bowl, and you would be devastated if your team lost, well, bet on the other team, and it's an insurance policy. Your team might lose, but if they lose, you're going to get a lot of money.
Yeah. Well,
let's play a fun game.
Hey, Michael, let me say this one funny thing I heard before we get going. There was a guy that went to the mall yesterday, and somebody took a baseball bat and smashed his window in, broke into his car. So when he came out of the stores, he went out and saw his busted windshield and all that, and laying on his front seat were 4 tickets to the Florida State game.
Say that one more time real quick.
I get it.
A guy had a burglary in his car. Somebody took a baseball bat and busted out the window. So when the guy came out of the store and walked out there, he saw it, and then he looked on the front seat, and there were 4 tickets to the Florida State game.
Didn't want those tickets.
That's not bad. He wanted to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to take a short break. It's 7:40. We'll be back.
Oh, we got to do some picks.
Be sure to watch us this Christmas season on Troy Cable Channel 2. This Christmas, we will be airing and replaying Christmas parades in your area through Enterprise, Troy, Ozark, and the surrounding areas.
No money down. No down payment. No payments till February 2022. No interest. That's right. It's November at Premier. Shop PremierTroy.com. And the most important nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
At Cost Plus 10%, we offer your favorite brands at the best price. At Piggly Wiggly, we keep it simple. We price our products at cost, then add 10% at checkout. We carry all your favorite name brand foods, and we accept manufacturer coupons. Find us on Facebook and see our weekly specials.
Welcome to ESPN College Football. This is going to be wild. Run it.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Be that way now. Back to our show, we were talking about Troy University's big game with Appalachian State, and do people go to the game? Well, I'll tell you this: so far, the best student body at the football game, enrollment at the football game that I've seen ever, maybe.
Good kudos to our fans. That reminds me of a story I should have mentioned a couple of weeks ago. Story came out, I think, in AL.com that counted the where the high school kids go to college from the different counties in Alabama. And then they counted up which county, what college most of the kids in one county went to. Like, say, Pike County. Would you have more kids that went to Troy, Alabama, Auburn? And then they ranked them. So, of course, in Pike County, Troy University would be number one. Well, guess what? Guess what college in Alabama has more counties where Troy is number one? Troy University, by a big margin, is the number one college in like 16 counties in Alabama where the kids go.
That's wonderful.
I mean, it's just all the wiregrass all around Pike County.
I know Dothan had a big turnout.
Now you think about how is that? How did they beat Alabama? Well, Alabama is more than 50% of its students are from out of state.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's where they make their money, Bill. They charge that out of state tuition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Auburn gets so many kids from Georgia.
Yeah. Mike Amos, you win the money this week, if you want to say the money. You win the contest this week, and leaving us behind. And
was I close, Mike? Did I put up a good fight?
Fairly good. I think you. I've got it. It was something like 17 and 12. You were 17 and 12.
Oh, I didn't realize that's that bad.
Yeah, well, you were. And of course, we've got a big game this week, and we're looking at not looking at as many high school games, but we will mention them on our show. Of course, the first game of our picket would be Auburn High School playing at Phoenix City. Phoenix City is 12-0. I'll take Phoenix City.
You got an extra pen?
No, I don't.
Yeah, well, I'll fill them out.
I've got a whole bucket full of pens.
Well, that's commercial. I'll get some. I'll just keep picking them.
No, I get them. Are we still on the commercial?
No, we're on Auburn at Phoenix City. My brain is running.
All right, here we go. That's your pen. There's your pen.
That's Coach Nick's. His son has just broke his ankle, so he's sad about that. But he's got another son that's his quarterback in high school. Should be a great game. But it's at Phoenix City, and Phoenix City's undefeated, so I'll give the edge to Coach Nick's in Phoenix City.
I'm going to move these helmets out to the right a little bit. Do the same, if you will.
Only helmets you should have up there are Highland Home and Pike.
That's right. Highland Home and Pike Liberal Arts is the only ones we got left, and we're going to be rooting hard for them. Okay, everybody take PC, Phoenix City. Now they beat Auburn beat Enterprise last week. Okay, Will, are you with us? Okay.
I took Central.
All right, Central Phoenix City. Everybody took Central. All right, UMS Wright playing at Andalusia, and that's going to be quite a football game. The records for those guys, UMS Wright is 11-1, Andalusia 8-4, but they're on a roll. They've won several in a row.
I'll take Christmas City. I'll take Andy.
You know, I'm going to take them too. They're playing real well, and you're right. They've already decorated for Christmas down there, and I'm going to try to get down there to see it before long.
Yeah, we need to take our kids.
You want to bundle up your kids, and let's all ride down there one night?
Yes. We went to the little one they have in the little exhibition they have in Enterprise 2 years ago. The little dirt roads. Have you been to that? There's a little dirt road neighborhood.
Yes, I've been there before.
And man, it packed.
Rice, I saw you on TV on ESPN Plus the whole time during the game I was watching yesterday. You had a cap on. I was watching your kids run around. I kept on looking for Dad, and I saw this old man sitting down next to you. I finally saw him.
We had great seats. I guess we were on there a lot, but we were sitting
on the basketball game. They were
showing y'all are all over ESPN Plus.
Oh boy, well we're on the front row. We're the only people on the front row.
Yeah, y'all are near the Jack State bench.
That's right. We're sitting right by the. So the Jack State coach would stand up. He would have been 6 feet from us most of the game.
If you listened hard, you would have heard me jumping all over him. I gave that coach a hard time.
Yeah, Ray Harper was on camera the whole time, so y'all are right in front of him.
Yeah, exactly right.
Who does the ESPN Plus commentary?
McKnight and Jerry Miller do it.
Yeah, and they do a good job, too.
Doug Amos does the radio, and McKnight and Jerry do ESPN Plus.
All right, good for them.
Okay,
which is really good because they're not biased at all. They should be biased.
Yeah.
The Detroit play-by-play guys.
Oh no,
they're neutral.
We have a very good professional broadcast crew. Lynette 10-2 against.
Wait, I take UMS right.
Oh, good.
I'm pulling for Andalusia, but I think UMS right's got a better team.
Okay, all right, good. All right, Lynette 10-2 at Highland Home 7-5. So this is a very good Lynette team. Highland Home has gone all the way to the 3rd round. Congratulations to them and their great year. But I'm sorry, I think it's coming to a halt. Lynette, who do you like?
I think you're right.
I don't know how to pick this game anymore because Highland Home's blown out everybody that played.
Well, I'll just mention one.
They blew out Elba.
All right, I will mention one name: Story.
Story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
he's going to Auburn. His brother is playing in Alabama.
Yeah,
their daddy's the coach. But Highland Home is hot.
I'll go to Lynette.
You know, but, Highland Home is obviously peaking at the right time.
Yeah, Mike, when you get a chance, the game's played at Highland Home. Where's everybody going to eat?
They'll probably eat at It Don't Matter.
Wait a minute now. Listen, we've got thousands of people watching this show. Where are we going to eat?
It Don't Matter Cafe, I believe is what it's called, off 331.
It don't matter,
really?
Mike.
It don't matter. It don't matter where you eat.
It don't matter.
When you go to Highland Home. Well,
it don't matter.
All right, he's still raving on about this restaurant. It don't matter. That's the name of it.
I think they'll have all you can eat catfish tomorrow, so you can just sit there and eat catfish and then sit in your car for about 4 hours.
And you can do the same thing in Andalusia. All the catfish you can eat. Why Troy doesn't get one of those restaurants, I don't know.
I'll give you some Highland Home trivia. I don't know if he still lives there, but I used to work with Rick Thomas, the DJ for Fox that does the Biscuits PA. Not Rich Thomas. Anyway,
he's the weatherman, Rich Thomas.
The Fox Radio DJ, and he's from Highland Home. He commutes to Montgomery every day.
All right, here we go. There's a little trivia here this morning. Evergreen, I call it Evergreen, versus Catholic of Montgomery. Catholic is 12-0. I'll take Catholic.
So that's Mike Dean and Hillcrest of Evergreen.
Yeah, do you think he can shut this Catholic team down?
No.
Too much talent. I'll take Catholic.
Catholic has about 3 Division I prospects, don't they? I mean, one of them is committed to Oregon, I believe.
Isn't that amazing?
They handed it to Charles Henderson, but they handed it to a lot of teams.
All right, who you going to take, Catholic?
Catholic.
Okay, Brantley at Keith. Keith is located outside of Selma. A long bus ride for the Brantley kids, but they're 11-0.
Well, I don't have the Brantley helmet up here.
You're right. I messed up, and I'm gonna go all the way back here to get it.
You sure?
Yeah, when I get a chance.
Well, we'll get it up by the next commercial break. We'll get it up. You right?
Yeah, I hope. But
I'll take Brantley.
I'll take Brantley 11-0 at Keith 10-1.
Well, we apologize I forgot about Brantley. We were talking about all the Crenshaw Christian teams, and I should have known that Brantley's the best of them all.
Oh yeah, they're very good.
Usually real good basketball schools too, Keith and Brantley.
Yeah, you're right. 2 good basketball schools. This is the first time ever that I can ever remember Keith having a good team. But I'm afraid they got too much to
Man, this is almost like, if you just look at the names, it's like a little ping pong match. Who's playing? Oh, Brantley's playing Keith.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll go with Brantley and Shine and
Brown.
Shine and Brown, the two running
Is it
backs.
Shine and Brown or Brown and Shine? Shine and Brown.
Know. And we don't have a report on whether or not the outstanding quarterback at Brantley, Gilcrease, is going to play or not.
Yeah, we've heard conflicting things on that. We don't have good intelligence, but I've heard he's out for the year, and then some other people say, no, he might be back.
He's a Troy commitment at quarterback, and he's a good one. And I think everybody took Brantley. All right, Pike Liberal Arts, 11-1. Tuscaloosa 7-4. I don't think there's any question here. Pike Liberal Arts is going to win another state championship, in my opinion.
Well, they've had distractions everybody in Troy knows about. But when you're playing for a state championship, I think the players can get kind of focused no matter what's going on, don't you, Mike?
That's right. There's no question about it.
If they cannot get focused and practice hard for one more week, there's something wrong with them, and there's not something wrong with them.
And the interim coach is a guy that is very well known to a lot of people around here. He's an excellent coach, and I don't think they're going to miss a lick. I think Pike wins with ease.
Go Patriots. Pike Liberal Arts to win back-to-back state championships in football. Good morning. You're on Today in L.A.
Yeah, I'm just letting y'all know that the Gilcrease kid will play. He played last week.
Oh, he did?
Oh, how about that?
Oh, really? I appreciate you telling us. And that's is he back at full strength?
Pretty much. I talked to Rowan, I guess, 2 days ago, and he's pretty close to 100%.
Yeah. But,
so did he start, or did they just give him some PT?
He started.
Well, that's good news. Thank you for clarifying.
That name you'll hear is Tucker Gilcrease. I love that name.
Man, tell some more about this Brown and Shine. They must be horses.
I don't know, man. I don't know much about it. I just letting y'all know that Gilcrease kid player.
All right.
Well, listen, I sure do appreciate it, and thank you so much. Okay, you're picking Pike Lib.
Well, now I double pick Brantley. I mean, they got Gilcrease back just in time for the playoffs.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, let's see.
That's Mike, I'm sure.
Oh, sorry. Hey, Mike, we got breaking news. One of our viewers in Crenshaw County told us that Gilcrease is back and actually played last week. So, perfect timing.
We have a really good knowledge, I guess. The guy played last week, we had no clue.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we don't got it. We're in Troy and they're in Brantley, and we don't get the Brantley paper.
We didn't get the Brantley paper, Mike.
I mean, doesn't the head coach play golf in the Troy Country Club all weekend?
No, not him. But
I'm not members of the Troy Country Club.
You're thinking of the Carol of Ozark coach.
Well, I thought Roland Jones was a member of Troy Country Club. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, he is a member, but he doesn't play golf during football season. I'll tell you that.
I think we should pick this game, Escambia Academy 11-1 against the Target Academy.
That's what I've got. The next one is Atauga Academy 12-0 versus Escambia County Academy 11-1. And our good friend
I guess Pike Lib didn't play at Target. I guess this is probably the actual best team in private school this game. Whoever wins this one.
Probably.
Well, yeah. It would be a
although Pike Liberal Arts always gets better, so if they, in other words, if Pike had a rematch with Escambia, they might very well win. But when they played them, they were not the best team.
I'll take Escambia.
Boy, this is going to be a great game. A great game. It's going to be hard to pick. Very hard to pick. Oh gosh.
You put it on there. You got to pick it.
12-0 Atauga against 11-1 Escambia. That's in the 2A championships. Pike Liberals is the 3A championship. I'm going to take Escambia.
I mean, everybody wants Hugh Fountain and Troy to win, but Otago is undefeated. I assume they didn't play. I don't know who Escambia lost to.
Hey, I'm going to have to do what my mind thinks. I like Hugh Fountain's one of my favorite people, but I think Otago has got a better football team. I'm going to take Otago, 12-0.
That's a good question.
That's for the 2A state championships in the Alabama Independent Schools.
Who did beat Escambia?
No.
I'm looking it up right now.
They
might have lost to Otago.
That's right. I think they might have. I think they did.
But I don't care. I'm going with Coach Fountain is one of my favorite people too. He was a great asset to Troy and all the people he coached, and the class fella, good Christian man. And his football program has been spectacular since he's been at Escambia, and it's gonna be a close game, I bet. But Escambia.
Yeah, October 8th, October the 8th, they lost to Otago Academy 31-17 in Prattville.
Okay, I'm glad you told us that, Mike. And of course, they're coached by a guy that's won probably the winningest high school coach around, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, Coach Carr.
Coach Carr, the coach at Otago, he led. I think he won about 50 or 60 straight games when he was at Edgewood Academy in Wetumpka, and then he switched over to Otago, and he's doing the same thing, winning.
31-17 at home, though. I mean, this could be a really close game.
Yeah. All right.
I'm thinking it's an upset. Otago's obviously favored, but I'm going with Escambia.
All right. Sweetwater versus Maplesville. Two outstanding, I'm talking about outstanding football teams. They're playing at Maplesville. Sweetwater at Maplesville. I'm going to take Maplesville, where I got a sister-in-law. That's where she went to high school.
All right, it's a good reason. You go through it on the way to Tuscaloosa.
What are you going to do? Of course, that's the home of Jim's Barbecue, too. Isn't that right, Mike?
That's right.
Wonderful barbecue.
Is that Maplesville's on down further from Jim's Barbecue?
No, it's pretty much right around.
It's closer to Centerville.
Yeah, believe you me, I know where it's located.
Well,
it's located in Maplesville and Billingsley and Maplesville.
Billingsley, Maplesville.
That's right.
Sweetwater's 11-0. Maplesville's 11-1. I'm gonna take Sweetwater.
All right, Sweetwater. What has Sweetwater got that's a little different than everybody else?
Sweetwater?
Yeah.
They have sweet water, not have sweet water.
Well, they wear helmets like the University of Michigan. Their helmets are like Michigan. You don't see that much.
It's right near. What is it? Is it Town Creek or Hazelwood?
No. It's
the high.
They're down around Mobile, aren't
they? Maplesville is located outside of Prattville, about 20 miles.
But I thought Sweetwater and Town.
Sweetwater's
around Mobile.
They're around Mobile, yeah. Sweetwater and
Where's Town Creek and
Town Creeks are located outside of Florence.
Near Florence.
Oh, so they're opposite parts of the state.
Yeah, that's right.
Very, very strange games here. We're not going to pick it, but there's some high school called Woodland, which I've never even heard of. It's 5-7 at Wadley, 11-1.
So
it seems to me 5 and 7 teams advance to the third round.
I was looking at this, and of course you got some. We're looking at Clay Chalkville. It's 12-0, and we're rooting them on. They play against Gardendale, and if they beat Gardendale, they'll play the winner of Pinson Valley and Mountain Brook. So we're rooting hard for Clay Chalkville.
So this is the third round. To win the state championship, you got to win 5 games in public school. So
that's right. Clay Chalkville is coached by a young man from Troy.
Yeah, Adam Helms.
Adam Helms, yeah. And looking at
they're saying there could be 15 to 20,000 people at the Thompson Hoover game.
And that's going to be a huge game. And
why in the world are they playing that game in the third round? That's a shame.
Yeah, I know it. You're right. And then Auburn.
Well, that's probably for the state championship.
All 4 of those teams, man, are good teams, Mike. These 7-8 teams, Auburn and Central, Phoenix City and Thompson and at Hooper.
Got some good teams, yeah.
In 6A, I mentioned them. And then 5A, UMS Wright and Andalusia. Hopefully Andalusia can do something. But Pike Road is also in the quarterfinals. They play at Faith High School in Mobile, 7-4. I look for Pike Road to advance. What do y'all think?
I think Pike Road won the state championship last week when they beat a really good team in the second round.
St. Paul.
Yeah, so they're still in it, Pike Road, if they get back.
7A will play for the state championship after this. They don't play the next round.
That's right. They don't have 14 games.
That's right.
All right. In Class 4A, American Christian is the team from Tuscaloosa. But Madison Academy, coached by Bobby Godsey, who played quarterback at Troy several years ago, has got them 11-1. A lot of people think it's going to come down between Madison Academy and Oneonta for the state championship in that division. And now in Class 3A, you got T.R. Miller playing at Montgomery Academy. Miller is out of Bruton, and that's going to be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
And then like we've already mentioned, Hillcrest at Catholic. Catholic has been the dominant team in that classification all year long. Then in Class 2A, we talked about Clark County. They are the ones that knocked off Arrington. And they're playing B.B. Comer, who knocked off Long of Skipperville. So those two guys are battling out. And then Lynette is at Highland Home, also in 2A. In Class 1A, of course, it's Brantley, and hopefully they can win over Keith. And they'll probably play the winner of Sweetwater and Maplesville, pretty much for the state championship, I would think. So that's where it looks. And again, remember the 3 games at Crampton Bowl. The first game is going to be against Lowndes Academy, 10-3 against Jackson Academy, 10-1. And then the second game pits Otaga Academy, 12-0, Gambia County, 10-0, 11-1. That's going to be a great game. And then for the championship in Class 3A, Pike Liberal Arts of Troy, 11-1 versus Tuscaloosa Academy, 7-4. That is a 7 o'clock kickoff from Crampton Bowl in Montgomery. The other big game starts at 3:30. I would get there early enough to see both those games. That's going to be 2 good ones, don't you think?
Yes, awesome. Yeah.
So we'll be back right and let you know who will win in college football right after this.
Boy, we better go through this.
Be sure to watch us this Christmas season on Troy Cable Channel 2. Join us live to watch your local Christmas parades on November 30th at 6:30 p.m. in Enterprise, Alabama, December 6th at 6 p.m. in Troy, Alabama, December 7th at 6 p.m. in Ozark, Alabama, and December 9th at 6 p.m. in Luverne, Alabama, on Troy Cable Channel 2.
Are you a driver trainee just finished in school and want to drive an automatic truck? Then call Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Right, Fuzzy? We have automatic trucks. That's right. And we will reimburse you for your driver training. No pets? Not at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we thought of everything. We thought of the kennel for your fuzzy friend. Right, Fuzzy? Tell them about it. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, Fuzzy.
Forevermark Diamonds. Beautiful, rare, responsibly sourced. Available at Marguerite's Exquisite Jewelry.
Life is hectic enough without worrying if your lights will stay on or if there's hot water for your child's bath. So count on natural gas to keep the energy flowing, even when the weather is unpredictable. Natural gas is always there to keep your home warm, showers hot, and food cooked to perfection. That's why America has relied on safe and affordable natural gas for more than 150 years. And we will be here for you and future generations too. You can count on natural gas from Southeast Alabama Gas District.
Back to our show, brought to you by Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram trucks on the bypass, where the Black Friday show is going right now, and of course with a huge sale at Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram trucks. Wonderful selection of new and used cars and trucks, and with a great deal. $29 down, $99 a month.
Yeah.
Whoa, you can't beat that with a stick. Nobody beats the Premier deal, nobody. Okay, here we go. Michigan State versus Ohio State. And this could be a pretty good ball game, but, Las Vegas, I hate to say this, it's got Ohio State a 20-something point favorite. Is that right, Mike?
19.5. I'll take Ohio State.
All right, I'll take Ohio State. And their coach, we know very well.
Ohio State.
Shout out his name, Mike, the coach at Ohio State.
Corey Dennis.
Corey Dennis.
Quarterback. He's the quarterback's coach.
He's the son-in-law of
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer, and is the quarterback coach at Ohio State.
He's the son of Steve Dennis, who was the athletic director.
That's right. That's exactly right. Okay, everybody takes Ohio State. Texas at West Virginia, and this is going to be a pretty good ball game. Dang, I have a hard time with this one. What do you think?
Well, Will just told us who's going to win.
Oh yeah, yeah, he sure did.
He said take.
I'll go against Will. I'm going to take West Virginia at home.
Oh boy.
So you're saying Texas has really imploded. I'm saying that West Virginia, from what I've watched, inconsistent, but I think Texas can score some points on West Virginia, so I'm going with Texas.
I think I'm going to go with them, too. Maybe it's hard to do so. You showed that Bulldog helmet, didn't you?
Did y'all see we moved? Sorry, we didn't have it up here earlier, but the Brantley helmet is now on set.
Way. Yeah, there we go. There's the Brantley Bulldogs.
And they're playing Keith Friday night.
Sure are, and it's going to be a great game. But it's a long ways to Keith. Over, it's almost right to go. It's almost right at Selma, so it's pretty good ride.
He used to say out here at Keith.
Yeah, from out here at Keith, you're right. Here's a good game, Wake Forest at Clemson. Wake Forest, we'll see exactly how good Wake Forest is this weekend as they play Clemson. I got a feeling Wake Forest got too much offense for Clemson. I'm going to take Wake Forest to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think Clemson's got a pretty good defense. I think they'll find a way to win at home. I think Clemson.
Okay, Rice?
I echo young Master Michael Amos.
Iowa State playing at Oklahoma. Everybody thinks Oklahoma's dead to the world, and of course they did lose last week to Baylor, and they knocked them out of the possible national championship. But I think Oklahoma's got a lot of pride. They're playing at home. Give me Oklahoma.
Oklahoma with us. Wind comes whistling down the plain.
Yes, that's
right. I actually thought this game was at Iowa State. Now that it's at Oklahoma, I like Oklahoma a lot.
Well, I think I'm right.
I'm pulling for chaos.
No, you're right. It's at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Iowa State is going to pull upset alert. Bills upset alert. Iowa State.
Bills upset
Iowa State just got beat on a 62-yard field goal by Texas Tech, who lost their coach in the middle of the season.
How is the Troy receiver that transferred out there doing for him? Have you checked him?
I'll have to check some stats. I'll find out and give an update.
I think early in the year, kept up with him a little bit, and he was doing really good, just like you would think.
Okay, let's move along. We've got Illinois at Iowa. Iowa is trying to play hard, and of course they'll end up in a major bowl. I'm sure. I'll take Iowa. Who do you like?
Iowa.
Yeah, big burly guy.
I'll take Iowa, but Brett Bill McKinney coached during the game. I think he got COVID.
Oh, really? Oh, God.
It's the pandemic of
I think Iowa.
unvaccinated.
Illinois is playing better, though.
Okay. How about SMU at Cincinnati? Cincinnati's unbeaten, ranked way up there in the polls. What do you think?
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
But if Cincinnati's going to lose in the regular season, this might be the last chance. SMU's only lost one game, I think.
And they really have a great offense, but I'm going to take
SMU
Cincinnati.
has actually lost 2. They're 8-2. Yeah, this might be a decent game.
Yeah. Now Michigan at Maryland, and of course, everybody's been knocking Maryland around pretty good, and I don't see why Michigan won't do the same. I'm going to take Michigan.
Well, Michigan wins. They set up pretty much an all-or-nothing game
right.
against Ohio State. Listen now, if Michigan beats Ohio State, they got them in Michigan, and then they win the conference championship game, which I assume would be against Wisconsin. Michigan's in the playoffs.
Yeah. So wouldn't that be something?
I'll take Michigan.
I'll take Michigan. They're
right.
playing Tua's little brother as the quarterback at Maryland.
Yeah. So far, Mike, you have taken Ohio State. You have taken West Virginia. Is that right? You have taken Clemson,
Oklahoma, Iowa, Cincinnati, Michigan.
And of course, you took Oklahoma, and you took Iowa, and took Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, Michigan.
Okay.
Tua's little brother played at what high school up in Birmingham, Michael?
And
Thompson
High School of Alabaster. Okay. All right. Everybody's going to go with Michigan over Maryland.
The Big Blue.
And now UCLA at Southern Cal. At one time, this was a huge game, a huge rival game. I don't know who to take now. What do y'all think?
UCLA. UCLA looked pretty good early in the year. The one game I watched them, I don't know, they just inconsistent. They win and then they lose, but I think they got a better team than USC.
You know, of course, they play this game in the Coliseum. You know, UCLA plays their home games at the Rose Bowl, so they're playing in
L.A. Coliseum.
L.A. Coliseum.
They're both big stadiums.
If it came down to cheerleaders, these two would win it every year.
Oh, yeah, no question about it. UCLA cheerleaders. I'll take UCLA to win.
Southern Cal cheerleaders would win it.
All right, all y'all, what do y'all take?
Southern Cal is what I'm on morning, but both of them are pretty hot.
What are y'all taking, UCLA or Southern Cal?
I'm taking University of California, Los Angeles. You know, USC is a private school, but a lot of people do not know that.
That's right. You're taking UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, who are you taking?
UCLA.
All right, Michael, UCLA and Southern Cal, who you taking?
UCLA.
All right, okay, I got you.
Across there.
All right, Oklahoma State at Texas Tech. I'll take Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's got a real good defense. They better when going up against Texas Tech. Who do y'all like?
Oak State.
Upset alert number 2.
All right, you're going to take Texas Tech. Okay.
Texas Tech.
BYU they got. I'm sure they've gotten on the plane by now. You would think they play at Georgia Southern. Can you believe it? BYU playing at Georgia Southern.
Is that tonight?
No, it's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
No,
Saturday. BYU. Also BYU.
Well, they haven't gotten on the plane yet. Then.
What kind of
20-point favorite against a lame duck coach? I would imagine BYU will blow them off.
Yeah, they should do it.
That's a big deal for Georgia Southern to have BYU come into town.
It sure is. It's probably the biggest school ever to come to.
Troy's got BYU coming to town in a couple of years. That'll be a big deal.
Well, we played them a couple of years back.
But they're coming to Troy.
Actually, when BYU comes to Troy, they'll be in the Big 12 conference too.
Yeah. Okay, now let's move on.
I hope we keep that game. Some of those games might teams might try to get out of them.
Oh, okay, let's go to our next game. Baylor at Kansas State.
Wait, we've forgotten Nebraska Whiskey.
Oh man, I got it right here. Nebraska playing at Whiskey. I'm gonna take Wisconsin. They're playing very well right now.
I'll tell you what,
playing
man,
at home.
Scott Frost needs to drink some whiskey, probably, the way this season's going.
Get some whiskey in that eggnog.
All right, who do y'all like?
Whiskey.
Wisconsin.
I mean, God, 3-7 against 7-3.
Okay, Wisconsin lost their first 3 or 4 games.
That game, Notre Dame blowout of Wisconsin, getting everybody thinking Notre Dame's going to be in the playoffs.
All right, here is my upset of the week. And some people call it upset and some can't. Baylor is playing at Kansas State. I'm going to take Kansas State to win the game.
That's what winners are made of. Isn't that what Bud used to always say?
Yeah, that's right. You know, Baylor coming off the big win against Oklahoma and having to play at Kansas State. I'm taking Kansas State.
Good. I mean, it's a tough. Kansas State's hard to figure. They look great sometimes.
They're playing pretty good football right now.
Yeah, Kansas State's actually the favorites. They would be an upset.
By half a point favorite.
God, close.
Yeah, -1. I'll take Kansas State as well at home.
I'll take Baylor.
Okay. Florida at Missouri. And, of course, this is going to be a high-scoring game. In fact, look for this to have maybe record numbers of points scored. And I'm going to say Florida will outscore them. Of course, a lot of people are going to take Missouri.
Yep. Who did Will take?
Will.
He took Missouri in the points.
Yeah.
I think Florida still has a good offense, and Missouri, Missouri has been pretty awful most of the year. Of course, so is Florida, but I'll take Florida.
Missouri can get that bowl if they win. So it always comes down to getting that bowl, that 6th win.
You know Florida's got a lot more players, and then at times, this past week, I keep saying, I know y'all say, Sanford's not any good, but you score 70 points against anybody, you're pretty good. And I'm going to take Florida.
Florida's 5-5 trying to get to the bowl. Missouri's 5-5 trying to get to the bowl. I'm going to say that Missouri covers, but Florida wins.
All right, Florida wins. Okay.
I agree with
All right, I got you.
Master Mike.
All right, here we go. We've got
South Alabama at Tennessee.
Yeah, South Alabama at Tennessee. I got my thing turned around a little bit, but
I'll take Tennessee.
All right, Tennessee to win the game, and I will take old Rocky Top to win the game. But look out, be a high-scoring game.
South Alabama almost beat Alabama in basketball. I'm glad I didn't watch that one.
I tell you, the crazy game of the week is Louisiana Lafayette at Liberty.
Well, it's coming up. It's coming up.
Let's move for Oregon at Utah. Good one.
All right, everybody took Tennessee. All right, here's a good one. Oregon at Utah. Give me Utah to win the football game.
Leonard's loser. Oregon.
Oregon. All right, you got Utah too?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mike, who do you have?
I mean, I don't think Oregon's third best team in the country. I'll take Utah as well.
So that would give Oregon 2 losses.
That'll be good for the committee to see. Be good.
Utah's a 3.5-point favorite at home. This game will be at 6:30 on ABC if you're going to watch the game at night.
All right, I will say this: if Utah can win this game, I see the winner of the Michigan Ohio State game will get that other spot.
Yeah, I think that's a given.
All right, here we go. Syracuse at North Carolina State. I'll take North Carolina State.
Man, who could ever pick Syracuse? That's what they did last weekend.
I'll take North Carolina
State.
What
did they do?
They got beat 41-3 by Louisville.
Oh, well, I had my little $10 bet on Syracuse. You talk about one that was over in the first quarter.
All right,
I'll take NC State.
NC State to win the game. UAB at the University of Texas San Antonio, and they're one of the few undefeated teams in the nation. Did you know that, Mike?
Well, Dad, I've been talking about them all year.
Oh yeah, you have.
Team of the year. They're better than UAB this year. I'll take Texas San Antonio.
They're playing at Texas, San Antonio. I'll say the same thing. I'll take Texas, San Antonio.
They can try to finish the regular season undefeated. That'd be awesome, impressive for them. I'll take them.
All right, okay. Florida State at Boston College. Boy, it's a long ways for those Seminoles to fly. But
Florida State's got an outside chance to get to a bowl game. They got to win out and then beat. Well, they got to win this game and then beat Florida. I'm gonna go Florida State.
I am too, Mark.
All right, you going with Florida State, and I'm going with Boston College.
Yeah, I thought Florida State was going to fold, but they didn't. They kept playing and seemed to be playing okay.
They got a pretty good quarterback actually. That Travis is a pretty good runner and thrower.
And so does Boston College. They've got a good quarterback. So
they're great. Down at Boston College, great quarterback got hurt, and they've been playing a backup ever since.
Well,
so they're not horrible.
Well, you're such a great prognosticator. I think the quarterback threw 5 touchdown passes last week.
I know, but the guy that you were talking about that was phenomenal, that was getting all the hype, actually got knocked out for the year.
Yeah. So I'm taking Boston College to win the game. All right, here we go. Arkansas at Alabama, and that's going to be a
who knows?
Tough ball game. I'm going to take Alabama.
I'm going to take Alabama, but as nervous as always. It could be a fourth quarter game.
All right.
My wife and I will be attending Bryant-Denny Stadium. I'll probably shed a tear walking into the stadium. It's been a long time since I've gone to the game.
I furnished him tickets for years and years and years. He never even mentioned that he's going to go to the game to me.
That's good.
All right, here we go.
My wife is a big Alabama fan as well.
I know. Oh yeah. Y'all big Bama fans. You're right.
Pull Bama through. If Alabama wins, they clinch the West and play Georgia, even if they lose to Auburn.
I'm going to be staying with one of my best friends, Neil Green, the sheriff. So I'm excited to see.
Go ahead and tell them what you're going to have for supper then. Here we go. Auburn at South Carolina.
I'll take Alabama, but I think Arkansas will cover.
All right. Well,
I think it'll be a tough game. Alabama better be ready to play.
All right. We as long as we know who you like to win or lose. Auburn at South Carolina, and Auburn is a
7-point favorite.
7-point favorite. I think they'll win by more than that. I'm going to take Auburn.
That was your pick of the week, I think. Yeah.
Yes, I like it.
I like that too, Mike.
How about you, Mike? You like that too?
I'm gonna take South Carolina to cover, Auburn to win.
I don't think they'll cover. Here we go.
I think Auburn should be able to.
Barely got beat by Missouri at Missouri. They blew out Florida by 23. South Carolina's trying to get to a bowl. South Carolina finds a way to play teams tough. I don't think they'll be blown out by Auburn by anything.
Yeah.
Well, Auburn put 28 on Mississippi State in the first half. That shows you what they can do. They got some great running backs. The backup quarterback has played well when he came in, and so surely Auburn.
The only time he played well was against Georgia State.
Well, that's about the only time he really played.
Well, I'll say this.
Yeah.
I'll say this. If Auburn can,
I think you got to factor in the backup quarterback, and you don't have your place kicker. I mean, I'll be shocked if Auburn blows out South Carolina.
My guess is that Auburn will gain over 200 yards rushing, and will win the game. Rushing the football game.
I think so too.
All right, Virginia at Pittsburgh is a game that jumped out at me.
Okay.
And Pittsburgh, I'll take right now to win the game. I've been pulling for Virginia, but their quarterback's hurt. What do you think, Mike?
Pittsburgh.
Mike takes Pittsburgh, and Rice?
The Pittsburgh Panthers.
All right, here we go. All right, the final game of the week pits our own Troy Trojans against Appalachian State, one of the strong teams in the Sun Belt Conference. A win here would give Troy a very good possibility of a bowl. And
no, that would guarantee Troy a bowl game.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll give Troy a bowl selection, and my opinion is this: it's going to be a tremendous game. and Troy finds a way to win. I'm going to say Troy finds a way to win.
Oh, that'd be huge.
And then the total is 34-28.
I like it.
Troy.
I hope you are right.
Yeah, I know it. If I bet my house, I'd probably go the other way.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
I think Appalachian State has just dominated Troy the last 3 years I know of it. Not only win, they blow Troy out. So Troy can do a better showing. This is one team we need to. This is the cream of the crop in the league. The standard. Let's play good. I don't think they have that much better athletes than Troy has, but they got Troy's number. So I'm picking App State 34-17. Fairly close game.
Big game for Troy's players. Big game for Troy's coaching staff. I mean, you got to find a way to win one of these games. Just a brutal stretch in the schedule to play Lafayette at home, then App State at home, and then you got to go on the road and play Georgia State. I just don't see it against App State. Troy's best chance to go to a bowl is at Georgia State, in my opinion. I never thought they beat Lafayette. I never thought they beat App State. I like App State 38, and I think Troy will be around 20 points probably. I'll say 38-20. App State.
That'll be a good game. I've got to mention again the gentleman that I talked to almost an hour last night on the phone, and his stepson, or stepson, his son-in-law is Bobby Bryce.
Bobby Bryce's son is the starting quarterback. The former baseball player at Troy, Bobby Bryce's son, Chase Bryce, is starting quarterback for Appalachian State.
Yeah. Did you read that anywhere?
Well, no. You've been talking about it this week.
Yeah, I know. We talked about him and his whole family are going to be here for that ball game, and of course, as we mentioned, their quarterback Chase Bryce is the son of Bobby Bryce, who was a star baseball player under Chase Riddle at Troy, and of course, as we talked about many times, he named his son Chase in honor of Chase Riddle. Hope you have a great day, and of course, we've got our big cake sale going on.
Charles Simpson cheerleaders are having a cake sale that sounds like it's going to be fantastic.
And some beautiful 22-plus girls cheerleader unit going to be here. And I tell you, you need a great
cake, dessert to go with Thanksgiving.
Cakes for Thanksgiving Day. This is the place
great
to be
calls.
tomorrow. So call in and
good luck to Pine Level Arts and Holland Home and Brandley, and then Troy basketball will be playing in a tournament down in Boca Raton this weekend as well. So keep up with that as well.
And tomorrow you got the day off. We're bringing in Forrest Lee to help me out with the cake sale, and
y'all save me a cake.
We're going to have
I can call in, can I? Can get one?
You sure can. You can call in and get one. Have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow, bright and early, for the cake sale on this show.
Join us live to watch your local Christmas parades on November 30th at 6:30 p.m. in Enterprise, Alabama, December 6th at 6 p.m. in Troy, Alabama, December 7th at 6 p.m. in Ozark, Alabama, and December 9th at 6 p.m. in Luverne, Alabama, on Troy Cable Channel 2.